Thank you for watching Truth, Facts, Logic. In this video, we're going to look at the Center for Disease Control, guidance on duration of isolation. And we're just going to pull out a few facts here. This was updated February 13th, 2021. And we're going to look at a few of the bullet points under the summary of key findings. We're going to look at 1, 3, and 4 in here. Number 1, concentrations of COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2, concentrations of COVID-19 in the upper respiratory specimens decline after the onset of symptoms. What exactly does this mean, decline after the onset of symptoms? Does this mean that in general they don't get worse? Concentrations of COVID-19 in the upper respiratory systems decline after the onset of symptoms. Interesting. That's not one you hear too often on the news. Number 3. In large contact tracing studies, no contacts at high risk of exposure developed infection if their exposure to a case patient started 6 days or more after the patient's infection onset. Does this mean a 10 or 14-day quarantine is not necessary? Not one contact at high risk developed the infection after 6 days? Just curious, just interesting. And number 4 deals with recovered patients. They can continue to have COVID-19 RNA detected in their upper respiratory specimens for up to 12 weeks after the symptom onset. But here's interesting. They did an investigation of 285 persistently positive adults. So these are people who are repeatedly tested and they're always positive. They're persistently positive adults, which included 126 adults who had developed recurrent symptoms. This is the interesting part. They found no secondary infections among 790 contacts to these case patients. So 285 persistently positive adults, and there were 790 contacts of these patients and not one secondary infection amongst those 790 contacts. This is an interesting sentence right here. Efforts to isolate replication competent virus from 108 of these 285 case patients were unsuccessful. Again, if this is your cup of tea, dig in, look into these details even more. But this is information that is not readily available in the mainstream news media. But it is on the official CDC government website, and the link will be posted in the description. Check it out for yourself and pursue truth, facts, and logic.